Good afternoon. Today, thanks to high technology, we will be able to meet one of the greatest philosophers. Please welcome Thomas Carlyle. We will have a close focus interview with him. Let's learn about his history and life. I guess today's interview is the primary source. So let's go into the past. So hi, Thomas Carlyle. It's a great pleasure to meet you, and that you'll be presented in 2010. You know that, right? And I'm really nice to meet you. And well, how about if you talk about yourself and your factors of your life right now, influences, problems, what you see, and your philosophy. I am Thomas Carlyle. My childhood was dominated by my stern and irascible father. In school, I was bullied and tormented by my classmates. Teachers favored me and made my friends jealous and bullying me. Even more. I learned to defend myself through using hostile language, verbally, and breathe more. Family's strong belief in Calvinism influenced me a lot. I suffered dystocia, which was a torment, resulting in my Roger Ruth fabric philosophy. German transcendentalism of which affected me. More alone and irate, introduced to my wife Jane Wells, was the only companion. Hard times, little money, no special credit, fighting with my family, financial problems, and death of dad and wife. Faced many failures. I was a recluse in an isolated life. So was that just your influences? And so could you proceed more actually? In the University of Edinburgh, I lost my Christian faith due to a combination of religious temperament. Suffered intense crisis of faith and conversion. I established that the basis of common belief and faith are empty, that men are locked into hollow forms and satiated by vacacious pleasures and certainties. One of my philosophical satire was Sartre Resartus, the first great commentaries. In the guise of the philosopher of clothes, I comment on the falseness of material wealth and the form of philosophical romance. I detail the crisis in my life and affirm my spiritual idealism. I emerged as a social critic deeply concerned with the living conditions of British workers. I moved more away from democratic ideas, Chartism on heroes past and present, and Cromwell all developed my thesis that the people need a strong, worthy ruler and should obey him. Boisterous and ungracious I am, as well as radical. I abhor philanthropy and liberal legislation along the utilitarian lines. I admire despotism. More censure of atheism worship strength. I despised democracy and the system and increasingly to extol the value and necessity of strong and stern government, in which people themselves have no share. The French Revolution, a history, is a historical study focused on the oppression of the poor, on heroes, hero worship, and the heroic in the history condensed that the world civilization developed because of the activities of heroes. My hatred and fear of democracy and praise of feudal society is reflected here. I am with the German Romanticism and Saint Sominism, support Chartist movement, and I am more like the Toryism. Opposition for industrial society. Economy and their theories and the economists are on utter disdain and dismal science. In my feudalist view, it was the economists and the theories that served as the failing ideological and religious buttress of the Industrial Revolution that destroyed Britain. I believe that the relation between external orders and personal freedom. I declare that the end of the human activity itself. For me, the feudal system's soft value is that it is much better at assigning a man an activity and thereafter granting him the freedom to pursue in any matter he pleases. Market society is unnatural. People's nature is to pursue activity. Hence, feudal system may be harsh in limiting social mobility, but offers liberty of activity at the individual level and the joy of craftsmanship. Understand? Later-day pamphlets attack economics severely in an extreme degree. Defense of slavery. I saw little difference between a black slave and a slave society to those of a joyous Yemen and a feudal society, but not suggesting anything. Feudalist individualism, I believe, emphasis upon the social and the political importance of literature. Literature replacing religion as a source of a... Sorry to interrupt you, but could you please slow down a little bit? Source of spiritual knowledge. I satirize the absurdity of life, revealing a profound turn from the revelation to acceptance. I used examples of great men to support my philosophy. I spoke of the chaos in society and its demands that heroes take control, that society loses its humanity when ideological formats, rights, and laws are applied. The universe is a construct that is in the right only to be strong. For me, the monastic community was unified by human and spiritual values. Instead of the culture divided in personal and economic forces and abstract theories of human rights and natural laws. My idea was that the branch in the creation of socialism and fascism. World to me is filled with contradictions with which the hero had to deal, called Valtism. No man is hero to his valet. Democracy is offshore social ideal, while equaling condemning hereditary aristocratic leadership. The everlasting yeah is my name for the spiritual of faith in God and an expressed attitude of clear resolute, steady, and an uncompromising antagonism to everlasting no. There is no such thing as faith in God except in such antagonism against the spirit opposed to God. Everlasting no is the name for the spiritual of unbelief in God. Worship and silence is the name of the sacred respect of the restrained speech. Again, I tried to show how a heroic leader can forge a state and help create a new moral culture for the nation. I attempted to reconcile romantic affirmations of feeling and freedom with respect for historical and political fact. A revolution leader of spirit. Chaotic events demanded what I call heroes to take control of the competing forces erupting within the society. While not denying the importance of economic and practical explanation for events, I saw these forces as spiritual, the hopes and aspirations of people that took the form of ideas and were often ossified into ideologies. In my view, only dynamic individuals could master events and direct these spiritual energies effectively. As soon as ideological formulas replace heroic human action, society becomes dehumanized. Rise to science is dumb, like Darwin in their censures. I attacked utilitarianism and the commercialization of British society. Overall, my life was desperate, hopeless, difficult, with mental distress. I experienced all sorts of events from health to financial problems, despondency, listlessness, and had a monotonous little life. I may be a controversial society commenter, but my philosophies are not wrong. My philosophies should be not ignored, and they ignite triumph to the nation. That was just a lot of information that you gave me, and I truly appreciate how you offer your time to have a little interview with me, and thank you very much. There seems to be many similarities with Marx and Smith and Dickinson's philosophy, but I guess that was Thomas Carlyle, and so let's thank him once more, and next time you'll meet Charles Darwin.